everybody, welcome back to Rain Gaming. Right, to start with, Happy Christmas and Happy New Year. It is New Year's Eve and I have 20 minutes to myself, which is awesome because I want to show you guys something I got for Christmas. I haven't unboxed it yet, it's been sat there, I've just really not had time, which seems to be my new catchphrase. Anyway, my wife, Mrs. Rain Gaming, was good enough to buy me, I didn't even see that, this is the Xbox One Elite controller. Now, the PC elitists among you will be saying, well, what do you get the controller for? Because I game on consoles and I game on PC. Plus, with Microsoft's new wireless receiver, plug-in dongle thing, I can use it on the PC as well, which means I can have ultimate freedom as such. Anyway, let's have a look at the box. So, the box is very black and very sleek. It has stuff on it, and the stuff on it says... It says it includes, which is good, it says it includes the controller, which I'm relieved about, with a 3.5mm stereo headphone jack, which means you can plug your headphones into it without having to muck around with a stupid thing. It also says interchangeable D-pads, which we'll get to when we unwrap it. Interchangeable thumbsticks will do that as well. It's got different paddles. It has a carrying case. It has 2 batteries and a USB cable. There isn't a like a play-in charge thing with this, unfortunately. Not that I really use them anyway. I've got them if I need it. Windows 1, 7, 8.1 and 10 PCs. It says a wired PC uses the USB 2 or 3 included cable and drivers available at xbox.com. It requires, if you get the adapter you want to play it wirelessly, you have to buy it separately. It's a shame they didn't include it in this, really. I mean, they retail at about 120 quid. This Christmas, getting one for 120 quid was absolutely, well, it was a ball ache. We were looking all over the place. I know Jess bought it for me, but it was a pain because Microsoft, when they announced this thing and the price, they were so, it was at E3 I believe, and they were so they had so much feedback saying, yeah, we love it, but it's too expensive. They didn't make very many. So of course, what happens at Christmas when everyone wants one, when you can actually get a gift that you want, oh, I get a new pad, or I get a new this, get a new that, there weren't any anywhere. Amazon was selling out continuously. It was if you weren't on a wish list, if you didn't have it lined up, you weren't going to get one. I don't know where Jess got this from. I don't know how much she paid for it. So I love you, Jessica, and thank you very much. We will get into it in a minute, and I've just realised the trusty tool of unboxing is not with me, so I may make a cut. We'll read a little bit off the back. It says, customise your experience, select your preferred thumbsticks and D-pad for a competitive edge. Optimise for any game, reassign buttons and tweak sensitivity in each controller profile you create, and there's a little star there, and it says, Xbox Accessories app features are only available on Xbox One and Windows 10. Also says fire faster, fire the hair trigger locks to unload more quickly when every second counts. So all you Call of Duty players, that would come in handy. And achieve greater control. Play flawlessly with interchangeable paddles and a rubberized diamond grip. Now that's something else I'm keen to see as well, because it has a matte finish, and the old pad, which I actually have one here. The old pad is a little shiny. I still will say and go on record as saying this is the best pad Microsoft have ever made. The 360 pad was amazing. This one is fantastic. It's a shame you have to put this thing on for your Turtle Beaches. If you watch my review of the XO, whatever they're called, 71s, 41s, whatever they were, I can't remember what they were, that was the only thing I was disappointed with. So I am going to make a small cut, because I need to cut these things on the top. Give me just a moment and I'll be back. Aha! It's the trusty tool of unboxing. And if you give me a second, a quick slap of some... This is Lush. Sharps Atlantic. It's a pale ale made in Cornwall and it's beautiful. And because it's New Year's Eve, I can have a drink without, without having to justify it. Anyway, let's get in this thing. For 130 quid, I think I might want to keep the box a little bit tidy. Well, no, how do you get in? Just the box, just the back. Oh, the back comes off. Does it? Now this may be one of those epic... Oh, it's not an epic fail. I can get into it. I thought I was going to struggle then. So the top comes off as such, and it is a good box. Microsoft, obviously, it is a quality bit of kit. So in the box we have this, which fingers crossed has a pad in, not a lump of concrete or something. You see that poor fella, old man, bought a PlayStation 4 for his son, and he had a block of wood in it. Anyway, in the box, so we open this little flappy bit, and we have a quick setup guide, which is here, which is handy because I don't want to be flicking through this bloody great thing to work out what to do with it. We have a download the free app, etc, etc, and a quick setup guide, which I imagine is pretty quick to set up. Right, so there was a small box here as well, which has, let's pop that down there. I imagine that this is the cable for it. It'd be interesting to see what type of cable they put in there as well, because we know braided cables are all the thing at the moment. So there are two Duracells. They are the 2021s, which are awesome. And in here, which I can't take out, yeah, that's the USB cable, and it is braided, which is nice when you look at it. So it is a USB, standard USB, braided cable, and it's good to see Microsoft using braided. Everybody likes braided cables. You look at the PCs we build these days, no one's got plastic cables on display anymore, unless it's budgety and you have to, but nobody really likes them. I mean, I certainly don't. It's the first thing I generally change in a build. Pop that back. Right, let's get into the good bit, which is this lovely carry case, with a big zip on it, which says Microsoft all over it. Please don't have a brick. Yay, there you go. Look at that bad boy. Beautifuls. Now here we have the replacement thumbs. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. There's also a proper D-pad in there as well, if you can see it. So if you wanted to change this, which is going to take me some getting used to, back to the standard D-pad, you can. So let's pop it out. Before we have a good look at the pad, we'll have a look at the accessories. So lovely. So these are the replacement thumbsticks, which are metal. Now Microsoft and Sony use plastic, so these metal ones, which are awesome, hopefully give you a little bit more durability and hopefully last a bit longer as well. And the standard D-pad in there is plastic, unfortunately, but you can see you can swap that out for the standard if you wish. So, onto this bad boy itself. You can see, again, if you can see, metal pads. Again, now these do pop off, as easy as that, and they just pop back on. So they are magnetic, that's how they're held in place. So you can change as often as you need or as often as you want. Now I assume this is the same. Yeah, this is magnetic as well. So this is the kind of clever little doobry what's it. You can see on the front where it normally clips in, again it's magnetic, so it just clips. Now you've got on the front, now this is slightly different, you've got 1 and 2. That would be to change between the 2 profiles, and I understand at the moment you can only have 2 profiles. So you could have one set up for card and one set up for whatever. Standard buttons, everywhere else, and then you've got your YB, A and your X. Now these shoulder buttons obviously feel slightly different as well, as do the triggers. Now even though they're shiny, they only are plastic, I believe. There's nothing new there, but they do feel slightly different. Now these do especially, these have a completely different feel than the standard pad. And on the back, look, this is it. Now this is the programmable part, so what you can do as well, so if you're playing Call of Duty as such, and you want to reload, but you want to aim at the same time, so if you're playing COD you press X to reload and you want to aim at the same time, if you put it on the back, you press this, you can still, you see? That is what the pros use. You know, maybe not the same layout, but something very similar. And that is really quite important. This is why Microsoft have made this thing. I don't think they can quite justify the price, to be honest, because it is really, really expensive. The battery pack is the same, there's no difference in there. Now, because this is just an unboxing and a quick look, I do not know what these two switches here do, without going through the instructions. I shouldn't have changed between the various functions of these things on the back. So, the pad itself, we like this new kind of matte. This is lovely. It's a matte finish, and it's much easier if you, I don't know if you'll be able to see the finish on here. Much more grippier. The pad's also heavier than the standard. Although it is the same size, let's just pop that off. It's the same size as the original, but it is considerably heavier. How much so, I honestly don't know. Maybe I'll put that up if I get around to doing a proper review of it. But the rest of it's pretty much the same. So if you were lucky enough, or you are thinking of getting one of these without using it, first impressions are awesome. It feels fantastic. These are going to get some getting used to on the back. I can imagine when you start playing it, these are going to feel a little strange to get used to. But you can see, I mean, you hold it, your fingers naturally sit here. Microsoft's done a fantastic job on that, and the rest of everything is where it should be. Now, I mean, there's a lot of different pads you can get. My only, I suppose, the thing to compare it with at the moment would be the PlayStation 4 pad, which is a big improvement on the PlayStation 3 pad, but I still don't like it. Got one here. What we don't like about this is it's too easy for your fingers to slip off these triggers. Even though PlayStation did a great job in updating this pad, these are still a little. If you're playing FPS, they're not fantastic. But I think for the minute, even if you are playing on a PC and you do need a pad, or it is a game where you want to use a pad, that would be number 2 choice. If you've got the money, that would be number 1 choice. Anyway, thanks for watching this unboxing. If I get a chance to do a review of this pad, I will, and maybe we can look at some features if I get a chance. As I said when I opened the video, I hope you have had a great Christmas. Have a lovely New Year. Like I say, it's New Year's Eve. We'll get this up in a second. This has been my gaming, guys. Questions or comments? Pop them down below. And I will see you all very, very soon.